Okay, welcome to episode 60 of my 248k run on a ribbon world with a bit of a rail grid thing. Last time we were doing kind of a sulfur explosives node, and then we also patched up the red and green science a bit, and that's kind of been addressed a little bit further. These guys are all upgraded now. We're making a bunch of green science, we're making some red science as well. I think we're still... We're about to launch another rocket. Yeah, I think we're still... That's still the thing that we're looking at being short of. Like, I was playing around with the rest of these science production rates. And yeah, so utility science and production science, kind of okay, kind of sad alternately. I think utility science might be short of steel, but we boosted that as well kind of recently. I think most of this bottoming out is just buffers being full when the green science was set. The green science is now like higher than everything else, 312, that's nice. Everything else kind of stable. Mostly that's pretty fine, I think. Although the thing that did strike me is, even if I'm kicking stuff out at 260 science per minute, that sounds, decent, kind of reasonable, small-based kicking along. Yeah, we should be doing fusion stuff. We're not. We're kind of working on this recipe until we get that. But the other thing I was looking at is yeah, Star Engine takes 100,000 science. So if I'm doing 260 a minute-ish, then we're looking at, 4-ish minutes to do 1,000 science. So this is a 400-minute tech. I might need to boost all my sciences, especially given after Star Engine, there's all of these things as well. 100k, 80k, 60k, 40k. So if I've got 400 minutes for this guy, I've got about 3 times as much as all of that again to get down to this thing before we've got like 2,000 science. That's quite a reasonable number, sure, fine. So looks like we're into the kind of the mega basing stage, and this also takes space science, which also is not running at that rate yet either, and actually so does this one. Is there? Yeah, and then yeah, let's look at the rest of this thing, because there was some... Yeah, I am justifying why I'm not working on fusion, because I don't need it till after the Star Engine, and then also justifying why we're not going to go work on the sulfur and the explosives immediately either, because where did the LDS go? Yeah, space science is here. I should be making... I think I'm making a lot more LDS. Let's get these weird curves out of the way, and then low density structure is actually super high. Okay, LDS is actually kind of fine. Because this rate here is probably 3 fully running nodes, so we've probably dropped back to this rate with like trains picking up stuff occasionally. Probably because that third node of LDS is just full. But the other thing is, rocket fuel kind of super low. Rocket control units, I think these guys are turning on and off because they're full. Which are just down here. Yeah, these guys are like their buffers full up, and then when we get a delivery of rocket fuel, we pull a bunch of those out of storage, and then that's how we end up with this kind of graph. So probably what happens is the area under the pink rocket control curve is the same as the area under the rocket fuel curve. The point being, neither of these, like if we're making space science for hydrogen refining, because we kind of need that at the same rate, these two numbers should be much closer to the rate at which we're doing science, especially if we want a bit of an extra thing to be doing this like secondary silo stuff with as well. So yeah, this is kind of this rocket fuel thing not happening, and then these inserters are all off because I don't have the space science yet. So yeah, so I think we find a science that doesn't need space. This one doesn't need space. This guy also doesn't need space, but I also don't have the green science to do all of that yet. And then is that a thing that we do because it doesn't need space science? I mean, I'm probably going to use that, which is... I mean, this is again... Well, I just said 1,000 science was 4 minutes, so this is like a 200-minute science, which is already not great, but I think we're going to have to... Yeah, it's just like a thing we'll do in between. And yeah, so we need to do something about getting more rocket fuel. But not that. I was going to look at this again, because the point was going to be, like, my LDS is up here and could potentially be all the way up here, and I need about half of that for yellow science and about half of it for rockets in vanilla world, and we're presuming we're still, like, looking at sciences up to space science and are kind of vanilla-y, which means that, yeah, I probably want to double rocket control units, because then I'll get 280, which compares pleasantly to these kind of levels of science, and then I reckon we actually triple rocket fuel. So let's go and do those things. Making more rockets. Let's just grab all of this rail-based stuff. This is how rail bases work. And let's take the RCUs out to the west, because somewhere there are, yeah, here's some blue chips and here's some red chips, and so those are the things that RCUs need. So if we actually, we could put it over here. We could put it right next to the blue chips. Oh, what is that in there? That doesn't want to be there. Because yeah, so these things will have to change to signals, chain signals, because this is now an intersection. And same thing with these guys here. And then we've got a bit more than we need in here. And yeah, so now we've got, oh, and the other thing we actually need to do is somewhere I've got a, yeah, this upgrade planner. The bots in this bit of the grid don't actually have red belt, don't have yellow belt, don't have normal inserters. So we need to give them, we need to upgrade all of that so they're using things they actually have. Then somewhere, where's a station? This is going to be an agreeable station. Something like this, although it's summing the wrong item. And then over, where did we just put that? We just put that, I was doing all of this from the map, wasn't I? Yeah, we're going to need this, like, say, here. Can I get some more of these on? Because we also don't want that much of it, because we've got to fit stuff on. Oh yeah, we actually still needed to keep these things. Like, this doesn't all need to be red belt. It's only red belt because, like, it doesn't even need to be red belt for speedrun reasons. We're not worried about the belt delay here. We're mostly just worried about the bots and whether or not they have the yellow belt in this bit of the grid. But the thing I was thinking is, can we get this thing, sorry bots, and can we just have, you know, more of this? Because it did look like there was some space. So if I tack in 2 of those things there, I don't know if I'm at belt capacity or what for these, but that, yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to fit in another 2. But this here is still going to link all of that. These inserters could be longer, whatever. Maybe this is belt capacity for red or green chips, but also whatever. So we're going to, yes, slightly more than double the RCU's output, which is one of the things we needed to do. And then this is going to go on a train, but we're not going to worry about that yet. We need a train station here, but we also don't have a station for RCUs at all yet. They're just entirely in the network. So we're just gonna, yeah, trains are just turning up because that's how this train station works. That's great. This little blue chips starting from here, going here, pretty funny, never mind. Then the way these intersections work is it's probably not even particularly easy to get from one to the other. Like the train here, probably, yeah, because it has to turn in here. Yeah, this was the train going down here and around here and all the way back around here to load up again, which is kind of hilarious. Sure, good stuff. Okay. So that's one of the first, that's this thing that we were already kind of full on. We also need to, you know, kind of triple the rocket fuel. And the rocket fuel build is currently this thing, which is, you know, looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I think one of the things we're going to do is take all of this and also make this train larger so we can go up to a 4-wagon train here, just so the trains are moving less often. In fact, just get rid of all those trees. But the other thing is, oh yeah, then there's all of this stuff, which is now redundant. This is These are the pipes that were moving. Like when I had a light oil buffer here before we moved that. Actually, it was not really a light oil buffer. It was just like, here's a train station. We were doing power grid things with light oil, and then we saved all that light oil and dumped it all over here. So that guy's fine. But this guy is using, yeah, this build is using the mod beacons, for which I don't have capacity to throw like another 2 of these builds in. That's not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. So I think what we're going to do instead is, like, we're still going to grab all of this. And I reckon I do... Could I do that here as well? Why not? Because the thing I thought I was going to do elsewhere is kind of flip this around and put it in mostly the same place. There's something... Oh, there's a light in the way there. Yeah. Put this in mostly the same place, with another light oil request station on the same side. I don't think I have... this train here is now kind of in the way. Is a train sitting... Oh no, a train won't be sitting here because this is going to be a delivery station. It's only going to request light oil when it needs it. But yeah, then get rid of this. Get rid of, in fact, all of this section. Yeah, and then we will also take this output. Actually, this recycling section also doesn't need to exist. Yeah, we'll take this output. Wait, that was also the other thing that I needed to do. I needed to get rid of these because we don't actually have the capacity to be... Yeah, we don't have the beacon capacity to be using those. What I want to do is... Are these module 3s? These are only speed module 2s. Okay, I don't know whether or not I actually have the silo craft speed either. So I like that I have a nice quick way of being able to fix that. And then... Yeah, this is now also the beacon that I want to throw in this spot, which are going to do... Yeah, these have to... So these middle ones are fine, but actually the top ones need to be slightly... Yeah, I think we just use this same pattern in both of these spaces here, because the tier 3 mod beacons will cover a slightly different area. But yeah, where is... This one here is the output belt, isn't it? Okay, so... I guess we... Okay. Can I run... I think I can run this... Yes. Yeah, so we can get rocket fuel through here. We can dump it around here. And then... This belt here... This kind of doesn't seem like it's going to be worth all the effort to be tagging this other thing in. But the point now is that this, other than these beacons, this is now... Okay, so we've just doubled rocket fuel. We didn't really want to double rocket fuel. We wanted to triple rocket fuel, but we're not going to do that either. We are actually, as it turns out, I have just concluded that what we're actually going to do is quadruple rocket fuel. And so... Do I put it down to this side? I mean, the only thing it needs is light oil. But I was thinking about putting it down this side because this is where I might put more petrochem, because I've got the oil here, except we're already carting it back to... All of that's coming back anyway to... Where is my petrochem warehouse? It's all the way over here. Yeah, this thing, where we are now caching, yeah, like 4 million crude oil. Okay, so basically I just want another place where we can put more of that rocket fuel. Yeah, let's continue to go out to the west, I guess. We're going to continue building things that we know about over here. I can't actually put it... I can't really put it here, because it kind of straddles both grids. I mean, it would still work. I think we're going to put it... I think we're going to put it here, next to the ceramics. You can drop that there, and then these beacons need to not be here because we want to replace them with these beacons. And yeah, we have just quadrupled rocket fuel, probably. Are they in? That's still in the same grid as well, isn't it? So I don't even need to upgrade belts. Yeah, this guy's got a station. It's wired to a tank. Oh wait, there's a recycling system here that I don't need, and all of that is just going to make me a bunch more rocket fuel, probably. And then, actually, I think I want different trains. I think I want, like, we're going to have one RCU's train, and it's probably going to hang out at the RCU station. What do you guys complain about not having all fast and sodas? Okay, yeah, probably going to hang out here until all of this fills up, and then drive back to the main when the main doesn't have many rocket components in it. Whereas I think if we tried to do that with rocket fuel, then we would have the train, like I want the train sitting here because this is the most out of the way place. Like if the train is just sitting in the Logimall waiting for the station to declare that it has enough stuff, also does not have combinators. Okay, so let's... Actually, no, we don't need to worry about that, because I just said we're going to have different trains for it. So it's fine. Yeah, okay, sure. And yeah, we're still kind of low in green science, but that's fine. Let's replace these guys. Yep, so that did what it wanted, and I'm pretty sure these ones, yeah, these ones have... Yeah, so our science trains will be going faster, and we're going to have a bunch of... Yes. Science unload. Yep. Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of all those things going... Yeah, those science trains are going to go slightly faster now. I've probably got, yeah, a bunch of artificial crystals. The other thing I don't know whether I have is whether I have enough solar panels sitting around in the logistics network, because we're also not making many solar panels anymore, because what we're doing instead is, yeah, all of these solar panels, 340 solar panels, yeah, that's another 3 rocket launchers that these solar panels can go to a better place. And it's kind of euphemism, it's kind of just straight up true, because then they'll be in space doing cool space things, rather than being down here with the biters and the dirt and the smog. So yeah, so I think we've got a couple of other trains to set up now, don't we? We should have... Wait, how... My light oil train is indeed 4 wagons long, isn't it? Yes. I don't know if it's the right kind of train for this, though. I cannot tell. I don't think I replaced this train. But whatever, it's probably fine. Okay. What were we doing? We were going to... Oh yeah, we get the... Bots are taking this down. There was something over here. Oh yeah, I had to go and set up a train for these guys. And then also, these guys need more fast inserters, but we can get that just by having the build train head back to the build and wait there for 30 seconds. And then it should get a bunch more stuff, including fast inserters. Yeah, fast inserters are empty. So it'll get more fast inserters, it'll get more of all of these things. And it probably has, yeah, it's got the beacons in storage that it needs, so all that's good. I need to give this train some fuel. Do I have wagons? I do not have wagons. Okay, fine. In that case, we are facing the wrong way, but other than that, we can go back here. And all of this is sad about not having green science, which is a thing I'm okay with, because the green science is the one that we are producing the most of. And yeah, everything else can just kind of slowly catch up. Okay, give me a bunch of these. I'm gonna need some more of these. Do I have train nuclear reactors on me? I do not. Give me some of these as well. Okay, set up some more trains. Fuel with... Oh yeah, this is going to be the... like the train blueprint that I still don't have, isn't it? Train nuclear reactor. Okay, that's fine. This one wants a couple of turbochargers and a nuclear reactor. That one's fine. And then we've got to take... Actually, I need 3, don't I? And then also one for me. So No, actually, I only need 2 and then 1 for me. Yeah, and then also there's this one here. Okay, fine. So let's first go and visit the rocket fuel, because we've got some stuff to do there. Where is... Build train is here. Yeah, get rid of that one. Just go back here. And we'll go and build all of that stuff. Lab's kind of running there, which is nice. Yeah, the light oil train, maybe I also swap. I wasn't thinking the light oil train would be one that I would swap. I was thinking that this one here would be one I would swap, with one that's got a boost. Fuel, rocket fuel. We actually need to, yeah, we need to change these stations as well, don't we? Because I was going to give them different trains. So yeah, so we're going to have rocket fuel A, we're going to have a rocket fuel B, we are going to have both of those like so. Then, yeah, this kind of needs to full, also full, not really full, not really full. So that's a bit of a mess, because we kind of want these to be balanced, but they're kind of not. But this is also the thing that I am now producing at 4 times the rate instead of 3 times the rate, so that's probably going to fill up anyway. Wait, so where's the other rocket fuel? Where is the other oh, this other station already over here is already built. Yes, so this one we actually want to be have rocket fuel B. And the complication is that that station already exists. But this one, yeah, okay, go and do that, I guess. I need one of those there anyway, and the easier thing to do is just going to be to set up this train again. And these are, yeah, again going to be imbalanced, but whatever. And then this is still, yeah, this is still doing a thing, yeah. And then we just go have rocket fuel A to requesting rocket fuel. Where is my rocket fuel request? There. Empty, full, and so these guys will hopefully just hang out at these stations. Like, this is the station where this train should, like, live for a while. And then when the main base declares that it needs rocket fuel, one of these two will go. And probably if we've ratioed it well enough, then they'll kind of take turns, because the other one won't be ready yet. So that's that. This thing is doing a thing. This thing is... Oh yeah, I was going to see... Where is this train? We've got... Oh, it's going to the other station, and then the other silo isn't present yet, so the other train... Okay, that's actually pretty good, because I wanted to catch that train anyway. This is the other one we want to set to manual. And then we want to go and visit this new rocket fuel node, which is where all the blinking is. And then we'll swap that train as well. And then, yeah, then I will run out of... I've got one turbocharger, I've got nuclear things. I will need... Yeah, because I want to also... If I swap over the light oil train, because we're now doing quite a bit more stuff with light oil, because we're trying to, you know, basically triple our rocket output. We will, yeah, having a faster train there is good, but then also I also need another train for the RCUs. Do I still have an RCU station in the logistics mall? I don't remember whether or not I got rid of the RCU station because decided I didn't need magnets, titanium, green chips. I don't have an RCU station anymore, which is fine. Like all of these RCUs are doing RCU things. And then I think also, what is this? Okay, so I'll end up with about 1,500 in this network here. So I reckon when the network goes below, say, 300 RCUs is when I want to set that filter up. But anyway, bots are complaining about not having... Oh, prod mods. Really? Interesting. Getting all those things built. Give me this back. Have this thing instead, because it's fancier. Oh, I've got this silo, so I can just throw the silo here. Do I have this pump? I do not have that pump. You can go there, and that should mean that you empty, and now you can just continue doing that route. I hope you got enough fuel. I think this probably had about 200 because, yeah, it probably got enough fuel. It's probably fine. And then, yeah, because this fuel request also needs to be here and kind of isn't. And then, yeah, so all of those are going to go better, he said, and walked away from the problem and just assumed that it would be fixed. And then over here, let's actually check that all of output goes down here, goes in through there. All of that is, other than these belts that haven't been built yet. But I think that's mostly fine. I think I'm okay with that, because that's kind of what that's doing anyway. Okay. Is this... No, this is actually the train I need to use here. So, actually, not yet, because this still is not actually connected to anything. And I don't have a RCUs. I don't have... I'm currently not putting RCUs on trains, I believe. I didn't see an RCUs icon there. RCUs icon there, okay. RCUs with an icon, because things get icons. It's how we're going to tell what we're doing. Have RCUs, one limit train stop. Connect this thing to here, and this wants to some RCUs, which is good, and then this thing... I think this is one that never actually turns off, is it? I think we set this up so we can have this later, but I think at the moment this is just going to be the RCU station. All of these are Prod Mod 3s, all of these are Prod Mod 3s. It doesn't look like we've got build capacity issues, so yeah, so we've just got straight up more stuff. And then this train wants to go to... I just put this station here. Yeah, these are the fusion things we should be working on, but aren't. Where are my RCUs? Here are my RCUs. I wonder if this counts as... Oh, we don't actually have the... Yeah, so no wagons counts as full inventory. Interesting, never mind. We also don't have the RCUs request station yet either, but never mind. So yeah, so now we're putting RCUs on a train as well. The nature of these is that all these... Yeah, these middle boxes are going to fill up first because these fast inserters are going to grab everything, but also whatever, don't really care. We're going to be very much production rate. Like, this is... All these things are built? All these things are built. This is going to be the rate at which this node processes stuff. All these RCUs coming down here are exactly what... Like, that's all we're ever going to get. Which is, you know, cool. That's going to be what we want. It's going to get us stuff. Okay, this is a train that does not have... And I've only got one of these turbochargers. So we are in a not particularly turbocharged train, but we want to go back to the core, because that RCU's train currently has nowhere to go, and we should give it a place to go. But also, let's check on... Yeah, this is slowly getting built, isn't it? All of this is kind of running. That doesn't need to be there. All of this, yes. So some of these guys are waiting for beacons. Others are waiting for modules, which I kind of like. Yeah, we've got to build this. Yeah, I built a bunch of stuff. I wondered whether this would end up being faster than the 2 tier 3 modules. It's going to be worse for power grid. Power grid is... Yeah, we're now approaching 4 gigs, and we've got like little big turbine spikes in there as well, because that's, you know, the slightly weird way we set that up, but never mind. Yeah, all of these guys are just running now. In fact, this is also a thing. So the other side, I don't think I'd be able to fit any more in. Like the side with the station, but this side I could cram some more in there if I needed to. Don't know that I do, because we kind of multiplied that by quite a lot. It's going to be fine. Oh yeah, I was going to check how many solar panels. 1.2 thousand solar panels. Okay, so we've got like 12 launches, which is good. Okay, titanium, green chips, magnets. This one here wants to be an RCU request. RCUs less than 300 was the amount that I think that I wanted. Yeah, and then this is going to be an RCU's request. Please RCUs. Yep. And then we need to assign the train to this thing. Are these things all... These are at the moment not all connected. Where this one is connected, magnets are connected. Yeah, let's... Because this is a thing we're going to need to do later anyway, and it's going to be easier to keep track of it like this. All of these things should now be in the circuit network, just not doing anything. And the RCUs are currently disabled because, yeah, because the thing I want to avoid is the train turning up and dumping, and yeah, having so many RCUs arrive from the other train that it blocks all of these. But I think, like, the nature is the ones coming from the train will be used before these because these are in provider chests and the other ones are in storage chests. But I think it's probably, like, we're just going to set this up and presume that it works and check on our RCU production later and assume that we are fine. Where's... Let's have RCUs. I want the RCU request station. Please RCUs. Chicago. Have RCUs, empty RCUs, yeah, and then we've got... we don't have a fuel request. This thing has very little fuel. Interesting, none of these things have fuel requests. This is the wrong fuel request. That's not what we want. Okay, so where is... Now we've got to do fuel request stuff. I guess none of those... Interesting, none of those in that section ever had the air quotes correct fuel request. Okay, so let's add that to a bunch of places. These things want a fuel request. All of these guys want fuel requests, in fact, and these are, yep, that is the fuel request that is correct. This one also wants one, and then there were a couple of other places where... Here, and then also... Yeah. Because I have this fuel in this bit of the network now. I don't have the crystal fuel, but I'm also not using the crystal trains. Yeah, okay, so fuel stuff. Fuel stuff is kind of done. So we've got, yeah, we've already got a lot of rocket control units there. Oh, the, is this, yeah, that got a fuel request. This thing here has a fuel request, it got built. So we're now making more rocket fuel, yeah. Disabled because these tanks have got all the stuff they need, which is what should be happening. Rocket fuel has lots of rocket fuel on it. Yeah, you just go and deliver that rocket fuel. And then each of these things are... Yeah, we've got one rocket fuel stop here, and the old rocket fuel is still just doing its stuff here, and is also a different... Yeah, so... Oh, manually stopped. Yeah, okay. So I think we're going to get a bunch more rockets out. I think that's going to do what it needs to, which is the first of things that we were looking at with all of this kind of garbage. Yeah, so Logistics Science Pack is now up. Rocket fuel is getting up to where we need it to be. RCUs are not yet where we need them to be. I was expecting that to be... Oh, wait, no, because the home node is... Yeah, the logistics node is offline because we don't have that much of use for it. Rocket fuel is climbing. Low density structure is... I mean, this was my capacity. 558. And then... I think I'm going to end up blocked on LDS, but not for a while yet because I've got some buffers, and most of all I think we're just going to call that done and walk away from it. And the bots aren't complaining about not having anything. Why do I have a train here? This is... Oh yeah, this is the one that... Yeah, cool. Okay, get me some more of these things. I will probably want to be putting more trains around the place, so let's set some more of these things up. Again... Where am I? These are my nuclear reactors, yeah. And then some turbochargers, and then this one also needed a couple more turbochargers. I have a lot of crystals I don't need. Okay, the next thing that we were going to do is, yeah, instead of, we did have, where's the fusion node? The fusion node is Is it this looking stuff? It's not that looking stuff. Is it this looking stuff? Yeah, so we've got this train with all these fusion components, which is cool because it's what goes into the next level of technology is the fusion packs. But the thing is, the rest of fusion stage is where all this fusion stuff is. Yeah, all of these fusion things, pretty good value. They're what we need to go and make this fusion data. Yeah, the blue fusion data is the last thing we need to make the fusion tech. The fusion tech is a thing we need to make the exotic science pack. But the thing is, the exotic science pack, I don't have any. Do I have anything that uses it at all? I think I have to push through most of the space science stuff, and then I think this is actually the first place. Yeah, because I got the exotic science pack from this tech. I think this is the first place that I actually need to use the exotic science tech, which means I've got. I mean, I'm still doing the atomic bomb research as well. I've got this research to finish, and then this 400-minute research that we called it, and then all of these things, which are about 3 times as much as the star engine, before I need any exotic science matter. So yeah, exotic science stuff. So I don't think we actually worry about this at all, even though it's useful for some other stuff. I think what we do is we continue working on, where is that sulfur node? We were doing a sulfur thing last time. I don't think it's that far out. I think it's, yeah, it's here. Yeah, we continue working on these explosives and the sulfur, because the other thing I'm thinking about, realizing that I need basically 400,000 science to get to the place where I can start using exotic science. I think we need to significantly increase the rate at which we are making all of these sciences. From, yeah, we can get rid of all of these things now. I guess blue science also recently filled up. Yeah, I think we need to radically increase all the production of all of these kinds of science, from like 260 to maybe say. I mean, because we did go from, we were on 200 recently, we went to 260, that's kind of nice. I think we need to probably get this up to like 800 or so. I think we're going to have to do a large vanilla science build that gets the core sciences up to 800, because then if we get those sciences up to 800, then with lab productivity, this might be like 1,000 science progression per minute, at which point this tech only takes us 100 minutes, so like 2 hours, and then we've got this tech which takes us 2 hours, and then I guess another 6 hours of stuff down here, and then that's a bunch of episodes in which we can think about automating the exotic science. So I think that's probably going to be the plan, and part of that plan is going to be using these guys to not just get out the explosives, but to also get out the sulfur on a rail grid that we can use to build 800 SPM blue science on a rail grid. So these guys are all kind of, again, and then I need to, yeah, there's just like also a lot of acidic water and things like that to crack at the same time. Yeah, so we're getting crude oil delivered, we're getting steam out of, we're getting steam in several places, aren't we? Yeah, there's steam here. And then there's also, yeah, there's steam from both sets of tanks from the thorium fuel. We need to get, yeah, we've got water over here. I think the thing I did want to do is these pairs of beacons, which are not providing a huge amount of speed, but providing some speed. I want this pattern over here as well, because I reckon we're going to just be beaconing all. In fact, can I get these? No, because I've got 3 through the middle here. That achieves the same beacon boosting as just 2 of them here, because it's still, each of these guys get 2 beacons. But I could put them on the other side as well. I don't know if I need to do that. Let's worry about that later. Let's get all of this running first. The problem there is that in order to get these things fitting, I need to go back to the thing that I reorganized differently last time, and then that also means that these guys just need to also get out the way. So I reckon we're doing this in, yeah, basically a pattern I already had, in a way that feels a little bit degenerate. Swapping a thing out, swapping a thing back. Oh well. At least this way. Actually, this one does want... Yeah, I do want an extra beacon down here, because there's usually beacons on the other side that this one won't be hitting. Did I do that down here as well? I did not do that down here. Can I do that? It's going this way, isn't it? Let's not put it there. Let's put it here, and then we can have this thing go like so, and then... Yeah, I think the other thing we're going to... I don't think I have anything to do with crushed coal at all. So we're going to have another one of these kind of recycling system things. And this is going to request crushed coal, which I think is pretty basic, isn't it? I'm just going to request me 200 crushed coal. And then you'll take priority over any of this... You'll actually need to take priority over one side, won't you? But we're using both sides of the belt, so it's probably fine. Okay, let's make this run, and let's make some stuff actually work. You're not actually connecting to any... Well, oh, I guess none of you guys are powered. You're not connecting to these things? Okay, an interesting decision on my part. Okay, so the thing I also haven't done is looked at how much acidic water I'm getting out and how many of these things that, yeah, how many plants I need. So this is, I've got about plus 10, plus 25, plus 20, minus 5. Oh yeah, because this one doesn't exist yet. Yeah, so I've got about 5 processing stations here, so I'm getting about 30 acid gas at a second because of the beacons. And then these ones are giving me another 700 acid gas. So overall, I've got, what, about 100 acid gas per second? And then over here we've got... So I've got about 175, actually more than that because of productivity. Let's say I've got 200 acid gas per second. 200 acid gas per second. Each of these will deal with 20 a second, so I need 10. Can I beacon this? I cannot give the Stokes modules. Okay, that's fine. I think we still... Yeah, where is it? This one is the acid gas? So I think we have... I don't have pumps. There must be pumps around the place I can queue. Yeah, like this. We pump this out in a couple of places. I need to get steam in here as well, which is fine. These things now need to be the other way. Because if they're here, they don't get hit by the beacons, whereas if they're here, they can get the water. Okay, so I guess we're not... This one can pump, and then this one over here can also pump. But then we're going to have the water in... Yeah, we're going to have to do this thing this way. And also that leaves us underground space. But I think that's fine. How many is that? 6. Okay, let's go to 12. I said 10. Over-engineering is how things work. So we're getting water out here, which is nice. Are we getting... How much water are we getting out? We're getting... Oh wait, how am I getting the sulfur out? I guess I'm also getting the sulfur out this way? That kind of works, doesn't it? Where are we? I could also, yeah, let's... Underground, inserter. Belt. I would still have to underground this, unless... Yeah, because part of the other problem is that these don't necessarily tile nicely with these plants, because I kind of wasn't thinking about that at the time. Like, because there's a gap of 4 here, these go between good tiling hitting 4 things and kind of bad tiling hitting fewer, but also whatever. Because I was wondering whether or not I can do a thing where I have, like, undergrounds here, and then just a belt through here. And I think the answer to that is... Oh no, I will always, yeah, if I just have a lot of, yeah, we can do that. This could be easier. We can then have, yeah, just a lot of things running this way. And then we can have these poles either side of these beacons, and it's going to look pretty ugly. But it's still going to work, probably. And then whereabouts do... Yeah, because these poles are going to get power coverage to everything. Everything on this kind of inside row. Yeah, okay, so sure. Let's get this pattern of 4 things, and then blitz the rest of this. And then put that pattern back. Yeah, that's fine. That all does what it needs to. I'm not sure whether or not this is going to have... Yeah, that's kind of an ugly pattern, but that's also going to make sure that some of the stuff goes on the inside and some of the stuff goes on the outside. And overall, I'm pretty happy. And we can just do this. And then also... Okay, so now we're pumping... Why don't you have any... I guess because you also need sulfur. Why don't you have... Oh, you've got to come all the way down here. And then... Then you will have acid gas. Okay, then we also need to do the same thing with the other gas. Yeah, we still need more train stations in here. And then this is also acid gas, which also needs to end up in here somewhere. What is this? Oh, this is the belt where the sulfur goes. Okay, so we don't need any of those at all. And then this is the steam, which is now in a different place. Cool. We can go over here with the steam, and we can do this kind of thing. These are all still spaced the same, aren't they? Yeah, other than... Oh no, wait, that's not connecting a thing, that's connecting to the pump. That's also kind of important. Okay. So we're getting a lot of sulfur out. We need the sulfur to end up down there. Let's have this move back slightly so that this can come in here and roll this way. And then we've got steam, did I say? Yeah, this is the steam. There's a train doing useful things. Science has been on 70% for a while, hasn't it? What are we waiting for? We're still waiting for green science. Did I reckon we just pull these back. Like, I remember thinking about needing to do some math for how long these delays were, and I'm now just going to change my mind because we are trying to boost science. So maybe that'll help. Maybe we'll just still get the same sawtooth, but less of it. Actually, let's check the... I mean, these guys are all still running. Is stuff building up in... No, there's not even enough to fit on a train there, is it? Like, this is going to be... I'm not actually making enough to justify having the train schedule running faster, probably. Because this is still... Yeah, this is still 15 stacks. If it was turning up with 30 stacks more often, then... But if it was turning up with 30 stacks less often, I'd still get the same amount of research done. Oh, well. Okay, so... In any case, we've got gas through here. Why are you not actually making any... I thought I should have acid gas turning up there now. Like, you've got acid gas. Why? What have you guys been doing instead of making acid gas? Like, I know you've got... I know I also need to do the cracking. I think we can have one less power pole there, which is purely just an aesthetic thing, but never mind. You also need... Oh, you were also not connected to any power poles. Sure. Okay, so we've got... Yeah, because the other thing we need to do, and I don't think that... Okay, maybe we can. Can we get it from here to there? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna make this worse. I'm going to go underground here. We're going to upgrade that as well because we can. You are also... Yeah, because I kind of wanted to put the pipe there. I mean, we could also just put the pipe around the top. Is that less ugly? I think everything here is going to be ugly. Also, we can just have a pipe here instead, and this is not even getting in the way of the beacons if I'm putting more beacons on this side, which I'm not yet. But the point about this was, that's not what I need. We put a pipe through here. And then we can even just straight up pump. Still needing pumps. Still not finding pumps. Oh well. Pump there. Is that true? That is not, in fact, the one that I wanted at all. The pump needs to go here, which is slightly better placed. So then all this water, we can take this water, spit it over here. Yeah, just run in front of the drains, it'll be fine. And then, yeah, we've got some sulfur down here, which these guys are kind of processing. Oh yeah, but we're also just not getting rid of the gas at the moment. We do need another gas station, don't we? Okay, let's figure out where those gas and other stations can go, and I should just be able to pick up... Here is... All of that is a station that will have and then request gas, and then we still need to do a bunch of cracking stuff around here. But I reckon this is a decent enough spot for it. And then this is the old silo setup with 3 silos, but I think it's going to be fine. Could also put it over here. Do I want to do that instead? How is the... Yeah, I think the top is a slightly cleaner route, isn't it? We can put this here. And then this spot here. Yeah, this has ended up pretty good, because this now is just the spot here where I need to figure out where this gas is going, and it might be through here, because why not? This also deserves a pump, and then I think I actually want to pull... I'm going to figure out how to get the gas out of, say, this side as well. Like, I want at least multiple places where the gas is coming out for throughput reasons. But then where is this? Oh, it's here. Here, yes. One tile off. Oh well. Okay, so we're pumping gas in here. I mean, I guess I'm going to do that. I should probably... I mean, actually, how much gas are we making? This is 90... Are these also roughly... Yeah, these kind of add up to... Actually, these add up to, like, 6 buildings. So I'm getting a bit more than 100 a second. In fact, they've also got the modules in them, so this is like maybe 120 a second. But then also, these things down here are also... oh yeah, acidic water. Acidic water is also the thing we need to deal with. Yeah, sure. I don't think we're worrying about breaking the acidic gas down into acidic water here. I think we just make all of the sulfur, because the sulfur is the thing we actually want to see. Yeah, so I think one pump, I'm talking myself here into one pump being all we need for that. And then we've got to do the acidic... You don't give me acidic water? No. So, whereas you do give me heavy oil. And also kerosene. Is the kerosene not patched through? How does the kerosene patch through? The kerosene patches through over here, oddly enough. Is that true? Oh, the kerosene goes forwards. Wait, I thought I changed that. Yeah, it's the one, yeah, over here is where the kerosene goes forwards. This pattern here is still what I want. Yeah, kind of hidden by buildings. Oh well, no trains. So I think... But it doesn't work here because I'm also passing the oil through. Okay, so I think in that case, this kerosene here has to actually void this way. Yeah, we're gonna pull this out. Except that, oh yeah, these... How are you getting steam? So the steam is set one back. So this does actually work. Does it? Yeah, it should. Yeah, here is... This is actually in the wrong place. It should be here. And then this pattern should work in all other places. So we've got water out here. Yeah, this... Oh, except that all of these are in the wrong place. I think it's going to be easy to move this one at this point, isn't it? So we should have a way to get all of the kerosene out, of which we are making quite a lot. And then the heavy oil also is not connected to anything yet either. So I still needed to move all of this, but for the purpose of getting this heavy oil out, which also needs to be in here. So that's fine. And then, yeah, so we've got kerosene that needs to spaghetti through somewhere, which is... Okay, can I move this? In fact, this is already in the way, isn't it? It needs to be moved back by one tile. I guess that's why I had it back previously. Yeah, so... all of that in the same place, but back one tile, and then... there is where it's connecting to the kerosene things. Yeah, so now I've got space to beacon this if I want to, and we should have... Why don't we have water coming out here? Oh, because all the water's in here. Sure. Okay. I think a thing I also wanted to do, because we've got extra... We could potentially be in a situation where we've got more gas and no sulfur, is I think I also want to be making potentially some sulfur the normal way, so we're not depending on steel processing and everything to get these out. But I think we're going to worry about that later. Because... yeah, we want... this sulfur, and then we've got sulfur here. Yeah, we can potentially have a red belt of sulfur, which I have not thought about whether or not that is going to be enough for the size of blue sites that I've just talked about wanting to do. But we can have red belt here, red belt there. I think I go underground this way, don't I? Because I also wanted to take this belt of coal. And the coal feed kind of needs to be after this split. For volume management reasons. Actually, let's do this the other way around. Let's go here and then take this here and then go... But in fact, these can both be yellow because... Okay, let's do all of this slightly differently again. This through here. I mean, I say sulfur node. Are we at least... Yeah, no, we're not even making sulfur today because we're blocked on... We're making a little bit, but we're also just blocked on heavy oil and also acidic water. But anyway, never mind that. Let's figure out where these guys can line up nicely. Which might be here. Kidding. It's going to be here. And then we can have pipes, of which we don't have pipes. So now we can have pipes. And then we've got a red belt of stuff. And that can go like so. And then we can have... do I have... Should we just do this with... Yeah, should we just do this with productivity bonuses? I reckon we do this with productivity bonuses. Did I just take a blueprint of that? I don't think so. Good. Okay. And then if one of these or several of these are, yeah, those, then, yeah, so we've got water coming in here. We've got... This is uncrushed coal, isn't it? It is, in fact, uncrushed coal. So that's fine. And now we can have explosives on a train. I mean, I've got this set up for 2 wagons. Can I... It doesn't seem to be a way to... Because I'm pretty sure I can blueprint it. And also get the train carriages. Okay, so bots can bring me some more of those. Somewhere I've got a quite silly blueprint that I don't need anymore. And then all of these things... is that... That's actually not quite where the intersection is. The middle is... The middle is like here, isn't it? So we're not even going to worry about... Exactly, like I'm pretty sure this is not going to be a full yellow belt of explosives. But I also kind of don't care. We're just going to put a bunch of explosives on a train. This is... Yeah, this is already a train that's got a station. We also don't have a way of taking explosives, of processing explosives in the main base yet either. But yeah, now we need to do the cracking stuff. We need to get water. Yeah, because we've got water here. Are we processing... I think we're just processing acid gas back into water, but where? Because we've also got... We've got heavy oil here. So yeah, we've got heavy oil there. We also had another link of heavy oil. Can we get this out? I mean, it's only a little bit sketch. But we can have heavy water here as well. Yeah, and then I think we find a cracking blueprint. And by blueprint I mean we just like a copy-paste of a thing. Hi, how are you? And we just smack this in... Which way is gas coming out? Gas is coming out that side. I reckon we just smack this here. Thunk. And then this is water, which we can get this way. We're going to need... Yeah, I think if we're doing acidic water somewhere, and that's probably going to pump in. And then I guess we just... Yeah, because this here will also potentially fill up on water. So I think all we do in that case is... Yeah, because this cracking definitely needs a big water source, like, through here. Let's not get hit by trains. Where's... Not that. One of these. Can we... Yeah, let's get another 2 squares of pipe duration by that method instead. Okay, so we've got a decent source of water. I think the thing we're going to do for this water, also bearing in mind that... Actually needs to be all the way up here. Okay. Yeah. What have I got? Ah, cool. So I need to diagnose that as well. That one's normal. This one's normal. This side here. Yeah, because the thing I was thinking here is I can have... I can't quite have a tank there. This one here is the one that's the issue? Acid gas and steam, and somewhere this acid gas is colliding with this petroleum gas. Because the thing I wanted to be able to do is have... Except that underground is already kind of in the way, so it kind of doesn't matter. Yeah, might as well go there anyway. Yeah, pump out of this thing. Why have you got acid gas? Oh, because this pumped out the acid gas. That's a good reason. This entire thing needs to be doubled. Needs to be... Because I will need to pull both of those out. How am I... And if I have this beacon here... okay, so I think the... Yeah, so we get rid of all of this stuff. The acid gas that's in here doesn't want to be. And then this guy moves. We have this beacon, like, here instead. That's going to connect and it works, and now we've got acid gas in the top one and petrogas in the one that wanted to be petrogas. Yes. Okay, so let's also tag some more of these in for the acid gas, which I need to turn into... Yeah, that was just... That recipe was just pretty straightforward, wasn't it? It was... Oh, no, wait. It was acidic water also turns into acid. Yeah, because I did need another train station here as well, didn't I? And it looks like that's going over here. Like, that looks like it's the place where it fits. Yeah, sure. Okay, so we're still going to do... We're going to continue with this plan. Give me this, because I need to circuit condition this thing so that I can say if this tank is greater than, say, 25,000 of water. Is that true? The thing I don't know is whether or not, like, how much water I'm getting out of this is 5 water per sulfur, and then these explosives are using 10 water per sulfur, but then also I'm getting a lot more sulfur out because it's also going on the sulfur train, which also doesn't exist yet. Okay, so I think what we do about that is we don't pump that at all. We just have this be... didn't even need a tank there. Oh well. We just connect this to the reservoir as a reservoir. And then, yeah, somewhere we need an acid station. Somewhere we actually need to connect the heavy oil as well. And we've got heavy oil. Yeah, heavy oil is just here. What was I complaining about? Maybe being hit by trains, but we also didn't get hit by trains, so not even sure what the problem is. This probably doesn't take us to... Yeah, this takes us kind of close to the total number of beacons we want. This is going to get heavy oil in here. Was there another... Yeah, it was this pipe here. I also decided that I wanted to be pulling heavy oil out this side of the thing, which is also fine. Why? Okay, the bots are somewhere else with cliff explosives. So this is pretty fine. We've got water here. We're going to have that getting pumped in. We want this pumped in as well. That's also going to connect to the electrical networks, and then these electrical networks are also connected. So that's cool. Then we need, I think the only place that fits is going to be over here, isn't it? So we're going to have another acid station. This kind of acid station. Basically here. And then somewhere... Are we at least... So hopefully... Yeah, we're kind of blocked on this. We are not blocked on acidic water. We're not blocked on gas. Are we blocked on kerosene? You're blocked on heavy oil, which is... I thought I had connected those. I thought these would be... Oh, here is a thing. Yeah, so we'll do that like that. That will evacuate heavy oil from all of these systems. This is our kerosene processing, isn't it? And then the did I actually connect the kerosene? This might be the last... I don't think we did. I think there's this kerosene here, which connects this way, but then we actually need the kerosene this way as well. Which is in line with this huge pile of junk here. So I guess we're going to run it here instead. And it's still going to be in the way of beacons, isn't it? I'm going to continue to complain about that probably. That's not the way of beacons. It's ugly, but it's not in the way of beacons. Okay, so you guys are not evacuating your kerosene because that's full, which is fine. Yeah, so I think now we should only be blocked on acidic water. And are you the only guys making acidic water? Because that might be pretty good. I mean, I could also just avoid the acidic water. It's not a super concern at this point. But we've got. I mean, at least we're not putting explosives on a train yet either. Oh well. Yeah. Do I have... Where is the... I mean, the acidic water plan was also pretty just... I mean, air quotes plan was also just, yeah, super boring and straightforward. And then without thinking about exactly how many of these I've got, I need some water somewhere. Did these actually... Yeah, all that's fine. We just picked up the whole thing. Yeah, okay. So acidic water on one side, and then we need to move the acid the other way. Yeah, and then this is also just a water supply that just wants to connect to the... Yeah, it wants to connect to the tanks as a reservoir that can go in or out. Because we're generating a bunch of that. And then where is... So there must be like another good place that I can... There isn't really another good place. Okay, we can force a good place by doing not that, but that. Which is going to get pumped, which is fine. And then, yeah, so we're going to have all the acidic water turn up here. We've got water that is connected to the main reservoir here, and then we've got this acid, which we need to pipe over here, which we're going to do up here? Yeah. This has worked out reasonably well, I believe. this is not connected to the rest of the build, but whatever. Okay, so I'm going to say that I'm claiming that's done. Why is my atomic bomb research not moved? Because it was 17% when I complained about it previously, and it's now... Oh, we've run out of military science. Oh well, on the upside we do have a lot of green science. Military science is another thing that's not really working, so we've now backed up all of those sciences. So I think we're going to do the same thing we did last time of, hey, here's this tech that will blast through all of these sciences really quickly, and we will get rid of the buffers. Let's, yeah, as our last thing, check that we have hopefully not... Yeah, purple science is actually super short of belt speed. I just need to pour more material into it for rails. These are not full, which is fine. Yellow science is down here and is full. So that's a source of sadness, because that means we could be using... Yeah, we've actually lost some yellow science production, but oh well. Where's this train? You don't need to go to yellow science, you need to go to the science unload. Because we will just pull all of these materials out. Yeah, then we're probably still limited by green science again. But yeah, all of that kind of swarm is doing swarmy things, putting a lot of science in a lot of places, running through the buffers that we have. Yeah, I'm going to say this is done. Maybe there's some other troubleshooting things to think about later. I think then next time we're going to go and look at... Yeah, putting some explosives in the mall, because we should have explosives turning up on a train once the time all this stuff happens. And then also think about doing fusion stuff, maybe? Or maybe also just putting blue science on the grid and expanding everything else, because we just need more stuff. But yeah, lots of things happening. Things good.